Shahnaz Begum was the last child of her poor old parents. She had 6 elder brothers and sisters. Her parents had got all of them married. The father had lately been not keeping in good health. He wanted his darling daughter married off to a suitable groom before his death. Shahnaz was barely 14 years old. But the parents were in a hurry to get her married. Someone told the father about a childless and often sick old rich man who wished to marry a girl. The father saw no harm in his daughter marrying that old man. After all, he was a rich man. A poor man's daughter should enjoy the life of rich people, the father thought. Thus, Shahnaz was married to the old man even before she was 15. The old husband Anis fulfilled his young bride's every wish. But because of illness, he could not take her out. Shahnaz liked to wear high-heel sandals. So, whenever she walked around the house her sandals made a clattering noise, tonk tonk tonk. The old man Anis knew where Shahnaz was and what she could be doing by that tonk tonk sound. Shahnaz took great care of her old and sick husband. She was always feeding him milk or some medicine. Her caring brought Anis back to health gradually. The couple often praised the obedience of their servants and the maids. Anis didn't like his servants too much talking and backslapping among themselves. And he disapproved of their becoming friendly with other neighborhood servants. So, the servants kept themselves quietly busy with their household duties. Shahnaz was all praise for their cook. He cooked very tasty dishes and served food on time. She thought that no other cook could be so dutiful and loyal. Now having recovered from the illness, old Anis had started going. He told Shahnaz, "You take so loving care of me, darling. Tomorrow, I will take you out to show you the most beautiful building in this city. It belongs to my friend Nawab Saheb." It delighted Shahnaz. Old Anis went out to make preparations for their next day's outing. But unfortunately, they were not fated to go on that planned outing. Shahnaz received the news of her husband suddenly suffering a stroke and passing away. She was shocked. After the death of her husband, Shahnaz became sad, lonely, and quiet. She had only done nursing her husband and managed the domestic servants all her married life. She couldn't even think of marrying again. The months and years went by. The parents of Shahnaz wanted her to get married. But she would not listen. She lived in that big mansion like a symbol of sadness. But she was happy on one account, that the servants took good care of her. The cook prepared tasty dishes for her. Thus life was passing by. One day, Shahnaz twisted her ankle while coming down the stairs. Her ankle got sprained. She could not move about. The physician was called. He advised her total rest till her foot healed. And Shahnaz was asked not to wear high-heel sandals in the future. The physician said that she must use soft velvet slippers. Shahnaz remained bedridden. She was served food on her bed. The maids applied balm on the sprained ankle. It took a week for the sprain to go away. She could walk slowly. As advised, she began wearing velvet slippers. Now, she didn't make a tonk-tonk sound while moving around. One afternoon when she went to the kitchen, she was surprised to find her cook gossiping with a neighborhood servant. Shanaz took cover to watch their actions. She saw the other servant receive some quantity of sugar and butter from her cook. Now she knew why they usually ran out of provisions. It made Shanaz angry and sad. All those years she had been thinking that the cook was honest and loyal. The truth troubled Shanaz. One day she felt like taking a stroll in the courtyard. As she was coming out, she heard some sounds coming from a room. She peeped in through a hole. What she saw made her heart stop beating. She could not believe her eyes. A servant wearing her late husband's costly dress was sitting on a chair. A maid wearing the dress of Shanaz was caressing the hair of the servant. In a state of shock, Shanaz reached to her bed and sat down. She again came out wearing her high-heel sandals, a short time later, making familiar tonk-tonk sounds. This time, she found all the servants busy with their chores. Now she understood the game of the servants. Due to the velvet slippers, the servants couldn't know her arrival. Behind her back, they had been cheating her. Thereafter, she became short-tempered and often rebuked the cook and the servants. She felt sick of everything. She didn't want to sack the servants and make them her enemies. And she couldn't understand how to deal with those dishonest people. New servants could not be trusted right away. Finally, she decided to sell the house. She made a deal with a big landlord and sold the mansion to him. She went away to a far-off village to live a peaceful life.